everyone, this is JC at IHP here in sunny South Florida, giving you the secrets of the IHP training. Now, we started this secret series because a lot of people can't come to the mentorships and so on and so forth. So we started to put little tidbits of great information that you kind of get live from the mentorships and making them available kind of like a la iTunes. So you don't have to spend $5,000 to get here to Florida and spend $2,500 on the mentorship, $1,000 on the ticket and boarding and food and all that stuff. Now you can piecemeal it, so to speak, with the favorite topics that you have, all right, and know what it is that we're talking about here in the mentorships. Now, today we're talking about booty and back training. Everybody wants the booty now. If you go on the internet and social media, everything is booty this, booty that, booty this, booty that. In 10 more years, it'll be booby this. No, we did that 10 years ago. Sorry. It'll be arm this, forearm that, and hopefully it'll be hair this in 15 years, right? So we're going to talk about booty and back training, but in a serious note, on a serious note, this is very important because we found a secret when we were in the whole booty thing, okay? And I'll tell you how this came about. I hurt my knees about a year and a half ago, and I eventually had surgery on the left knee, and I made knee replacements here coming up very soon. But I couldn't do my standard squatting and leg pressing and stuff because the pain was incredible. But I wanted to train my back and so on, so I started doing a lot of hip training. So when you talk about hip training, who do you have to go to? You go to my man, Brett Contreras, the glute guy, right? He's a good friend of mine from the NSCA. And I said, hey, I'm having this problem, We talk about the frog pumps. We talked about all the cool stuff that Brett has done, which has been done before. Now, remember, Brett didn't come up with any of this new stuff. He just popularized it. He studied. He put EMGs in people's glutes and saw which exercise was more effective. And then, of course, from there, he creates super variation. So when you talk about glutes, you talk about the glute guy, Brett Contreras. I always give thanks to the people who came before me because that's just a way to honor the industry and to honor the hard work of people who preceded you. Thank you, Brett Contreras, for adding so much knowledge to the booty. All right. So we start training the booty, and I'm training, and I'm doing incredible volumes. Calling Brad, I said, how come my glutes are not overtrained when I'm doing 250 reps, 200 reps a day? He goes, oh, dude, I've got girls that are doing 200 reps per set. I'm going, what? He goes, yeah, they're training glutes 5 days a week. So we don't know why this is. He goes, I go, what do you think? And so one of the ideas is that when you're training all the ABA deduction and your hip thrusters and all these, you're training basically the terminal flexion range, all right? So it's like doing this to your biceps. You're not getting a whole lot of eccentric and stretching load, which is where the mechanical disruption occurs and where you get your delayed on muscle soreness. So all of this ABA deduction occurs at the terminal ranges. So we think you're getting a lot of pump, a lot of volumizing, good strength. We're doing a lot of isometric stuff too, without getting the big stretch and therefore kind of saving a little bit on the delayed on muscle soreness, the muscular disruption, and thereby be able to get more volume. So that's just a theory that we kind of came up with together, and that allows you to do an incredible amount of volume and be able to do it every day and not overtrain. So that was the first thing that we noticed. That terminal end range and the lack of eccentric loading or long eccentric loading and the reduction in muscular disruption, I think, is a great asset to all the abduction, adduction, hip extension stuff that we're doing, okay? So thank you, Brett. Now, what happened with glute isolation? Well, I started training my glutes, and I came back about 2 months later, and I tried to squat. I actually tried to squat to open up my shoulder external rotation. It wasn't even about the legs. So I put the bar, I said, well, let me see. Boom, I squat, no problem. I put on 2 45s, a 45 on each side, and I squatted, no problem. I'm going, I put on 2 45s on each side, and I did 20 reps. My knees didn't feel it. I said, all right, now wait a minute. I haven't squatted in 2 months. Normally 2 1/4 for me is, 10 to 15 rep range, and you feel it a little bit. I did 20 reps like nothing. like nothing, and I felt different. And I'm going, geez, for the first time, I learned how to squat with my glutes. Why? Because I come from Olympic weightlifting. How do Olympic weightlifting people squat? Full squat, upright, which is mostly quad. We pull with our hamstring and glutes and lower back. We pull off the ground and on that through that power phase, all right? But when we receive, either in the snatch or in the clean, we're receiving upright, which puts it all on the quads. So this is the first time that I've back squatted using my glutes. So I said, wow. So isolation of the glutes helped an integrated movement like the squat. I'm going, well, if it does that to the squat, why can't it do that to running? Why can't it do that to jumping? Why can't it do that to even deadlifting? So if your glutes are not used to firing during a special sequence, and you bring on your glutes through other exercises, and you just bring them and bring them and bring them and make them kind of dominant, they're going to want to play every time you do something that even remotely involves them. So we're thinking that this isolation training, all the abductions, all the hip thrusters, all the bridging, all of that is really helping this integration. So for someone who's got a lower back issue, for someone who has knee issues, for someone who has ankle issues, and you can't vertically load them, sitting them down, putting them on a quadruped position, standing them up and doing extensions, laying them on their back and doing bridges, variations, and hip thruster variations is a great, great, great way to A, train the glutes while these injuries are being resolved, or enhance the whole kinetic chain by strengthening the glutes. Perhaps, you hear glute amnesia. I think it's a silly term, but if the glutes don't know how to play or have not been involved in playing in some of the movements, and now you bring them in as a dominant player, they're gonna play. I've already witnessed it. I know it works. Now, there is a possible mechanism now that it can help back pain and people who are rehabilitating the back. Now think about this. When you have a disc issue, a nerve issue, anything like that, a nerve, for example, a nerve is as thin as a thread. And if you impinge on a nerve, can you imagine how slight that is? How slight that is? I mean, it's you can't even perceive it. You can only feel it, right? So, if this glute activation, okay, can A, add tonus to the glute, and by adding tonus, shift. I'm talking about a degree that you can't even measure. And that degree takes a structure off of a nerve. Remember, we're talking about a thread. It's like stepping on an ant, okay? If you just a millimeter can make the difference on whether you kill the ant or not. A millimeter can make the difference on whether you impinge on a nerve or not, or you're pushing on a structure that's causing pain, a disc, etc. All right, so number one, if we have this lower cross syndrome, and we can get these glutes here fired up a little bit where we reduce this curve here to a more natural curve, that can make the difference, right? If we can use the glutes to the point where when you're picking up the kid, when you're going in and out of the car, when you're tying your shoe, when you're playing tennis, obviously, and all the other stuff, when your glutes come in and the back, the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine does less work and needs less mobility because you're getting the mobility right at the source of the hip, that can take an enormous weight, and you're reducing movement, okay? It's easier to stabilize the 24 structures of the spine isometrically than it is to coordinate 24 segments to move perfectly so a nerve or a disc doesn't get impinged. See what I'm saying? So adding strength to this in an isolated fashion can have a huge, profound effect on integrated training. Now, traditionally to get to the glutes, okay, if this is the spine, lumbar spine, and then here, right, to get to the glutes here, we would have to go squat deadlift, which is top down, or we would have to lay somebody down and do some stability ball leg curls, stability ball bridges, reverse hypers, anything like that, and you would have to go from the bottom up, right? So top down, bottom up. If your problem is in the back, you can forget this top down stuff, because as soon as you get into this forward position for deadlifting and squat, look what happens. You have shear slicing off of these vertebrae and discs, and that's not a fun spot for a problem disc. Okay? Now, with these exercises, we can go from the middle out. From the middle out. So we don't have to get from the bottom up. We don't have to get from the top down. If you're going from the bottom up and you have problems in your knees, like right now I do, I can barely do single leg bridges because my knee is killing me. So how do I get to my butt from the bottom up through bridges? I can't. Hip thrusters, they're a little easier because I bend the knee and it takes the weight off a little bit. But I can't hip thrust with 300 or 400 pounds because my knees are killing me. So how do I get to my butt? From the top down, thank God I can do it because I don't have a problem with my back, so I can do deadlifts, but I can't do lunges and I can't do squats. So I'm limited with deadlifts, 45-degree extensions, and reverse hypers. That's it. Good mornings, maybe. So I got 4 exercises. That's a lot of load on the back to get to the hips. That's a lot of stuff. I can't do 300 reps. You know, to get 300 reps to my glutes, I got to destroy my back. Got it? So these are the secrets that we talk about here. Okay? That you're not going to see this in research because there's no way they're researching this. It would take them 20 years to research, and by the time they do the research and publish it, we're on to, we're fixing backs already, right? So we know that there is a mechanism of this isolation that positively impacts back pain. These are the proposed theories. There's nothing proven, okay? There's no way you're going to have a strong butt and not help the back and not help the knees. It's impossible. Now, whether your strong butt will prevent something 100%, no, but I think, will it reduce the likelihood of injury? Yeah. Anytime you can use the butt and spare the back and spare the knees, you're going to be in great shape, and these isolation exercises work. Now, we're going to give you programming, okay? But first of all, you got to see how we program. There's 2 ways to program your glute training. Number 1, you can program it within the hybrid complexes, right? What do I mean by that? Well, here. If we're doing, let's say, triplexes, you know how we train? We train a traditional exercise, a functional exercise, and a functional exercise. We do biplexes, triplexes, and even here we can do a quadplex, right? Biplex, triplex, and quadplex. The first one's always a traditional exercise. And you know that if we do a tradition for the legs, we're going to unload and do a functional for the chest. If we do a traditional for the chest, we're going to unload the back here and do some core. And if we're going to do a traditional for the back, we can unload the chest, the legs, and do a core, right? Those are just some of the templates that we use. So let's say that we're using here a bench or a chest press machine. Right here would be a perfect place to put a band abduction. Right? Perfect. And then here you can do a 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock rotation. And then you just circle this puppy around 3 or 4 times. Got it? If you're doing hypertrophy, 8 to 15 reps here. Here the abductions anywhere between 20 and 90 reps. I'm telling you, some of this stuff can go way, way up. All right? And then here, 10 to 20. Got it? So that's kind of a rep range. You go 3 or 4 of these, then you do another triplex, 3 or 4 of that triplex, do another triplex, 3 or 4 of that triplex. That's a day. That's an hour easy. So that's one way to program your hybrid complexes. So you can stick all these abductions, all these booty exercises in when you're doing your upper body, your lat pull downs, your cable rows, your incline presses, your shoulder presses, etc. Another way you can go is dedicated workouts. So let's say you want to keep your time in the gym more along the functional lines, less booty, because you want to do the booty at home. Let's say you want to do the booty at home. Actually, you can do the booty in the office. I kid you not. I'll show you how. You can turn in 30 reps, 40 reps in 30 seconds, all right? And have a super band underneath your desk, and nobody will even know that you're doing it. Or you can separate yourself, boom, 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 do 30 reps, super band goes right on the floor, and you're up and running. So you can get 10 sets of 30 in a day. 6 sets in a day, 5 sets, 4 sets, 8 sets in a day, every day. You can stand up and do your opening, you can do your walks, all this good stuff. Got it? So this is another way you can do dedicated. So let's say at the end of your days, let's say you do triplex, 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 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Right here, it's a great place to stick 3 exercises and do what we call a flush, okay? Or just, you know, you can do a flush here because this is leg day, chest day, back day. Here on your leg day, you know, do your push, your squat, your hands-on-ball push-ups, your rehab, bum, bum, bum. And then here, stick 3 exercises. You can do hip thrusters. You can do hip thrusters here as part of your main program. You can do band hip thrusters. You can do ABA deductions sitting down, recline, upright, leaning forward. You can do ABA deductions from an RDL position, from a squat position. You can do a series of quadruped exercises, laying down sideways exercises like the clam. You can do extensions and AB deductions from the standing. I mean, you can do 20, 30 different exercises. All you need is 3. 3, 20, 30 reps. Boom, boom, boom. Take you about 5 minutes. So these little flushes down here are a great way to add volume. And of course, you can do it at home or in the office. So this is how the booty training at IHP came to be. It came to be the same way every great thing we've done here has come to be. Because we were put in a situation where we couldn't do the cool stuff that was working. Because we have some cool stuff that works. But always, when we have to expand and when we have to evolve, it always comes through a challenge. That's why in life, when you get hit with a challenge and you feel like it's a kick in the testicles, you'll soon find out that life gave you a massage. Okay, because that challenge made you move. That challenge made you open up a door that you normally wouldn't open. Okay, and when my knees got all messed up, I had to open a door and do exercises that I thought were girly. All right, these exercises are not girly, man. You got Harrison from the NFL doing hip thrusts with 700 pounds. You got Brett Contreras doing hip thrusts with 600 pounds. You have The Rock doing hip thrusts. All this is in GQ. It's in Men's Health, Men's Fitness. You got real He-Man, okay? And we're going to be showing you some heavy butt training. Butt training like isometrics, accentuated eccentrics. We took this little girly series of exercises that you found in the Jane Fonda aerobics back in the 70s, and we put some kryptonite on them. All right, so you're going to see booty on steroids. All right, and this is it. This is how the booty became the back. The back is now the booty. It's all the same thing. You can have a healthy back, rehabilitate back, and have a great-looking ass with it. All right, so this is JC with the IHP Booty and Back B&B training. Workouts coming up. All right, there's a lot of products that you can use to train your glutes, especially with the ABA deductions. We have the little, small, traditional bands. These are kind of comfortable, but man, they snap like for us, they snap every day. We're snapping one of these every day. So it's a cheap way out. They're running about $2 or so a piece, but for me, this is garbage. All right, then you have the what they call the hip circles. All right, they come in different diameters, but they can range between 25 to 60 bucks. All right, the nice thing is they come in different diameters, and because they're elastic and wide, they don't pinch on your skin, especially if you're wearing shorts or something like that. If you're wearing pants, even the Lycra type of pants, a little bit better, but still, you know, these are the most comfortable, but very expensive, all right? And you can only do ABA deductions. My favorite, okay, is becoming the Super Band, all right? And the Super Band is my favorite because with this long thing, I can put a lot of different loads on you. I can attach them. I can use the length to my advantage, and I can do a bunch of different exercises, you know, that you can't do with those. So if I'm traveling, I'm not taking a hip circle with me. I'm taking a Super Band, and I can do everything I do with the hip circle and then some with the Super Band. So slowly, it's becoming my favorite. All right, the hip circle, you can't get too much length. With the Super Band, I can open up how much, you know, how big of a step do I want? How much tension do I want? Okay, I can step on this thing, and I got the distance to modulate the resistance. So little by little, this is becoming my favorite, and we also have the Super Bands in smaller sizes, all right, just for ABA deduction and limited shoulder work. So those are the different ways you can do some of these hip exercises. Now let's get to something that you can do in the gym or that you can do in the office or at home. If I am going to show you one exercise with 3 variations that you can do at the end of any workout in the gym, okay, that you can do at home during the commercials, that you can do in the office, I'm going to give you one. This is the one you put at the end of the workout. This is the one you can do in the office, and this is the one you can do at home, no problems. So here's your first workout. Simple. 1 exercise, 3 angles, 90 reps, 4 sets. You can start with 2, all right, and work your way up to 4 sets. You can do these every day. Nobody does them every day, but if you can do them every day, I'm telling you right now, in a month, you'll have rock hard glutes. Okay, so how do you use this band? The easiest way for me to use it is this way, right? Look. So you put your feet in it, right? You turn it like this. Got it? And then you put your feet in it again. What does this do? Okay, this distributes the load. And I can make it harder. I can make it easier. So what I like to do is I like to put my feet about hip width, okay, and work from hip width to shoulder width here. Okay, so this is the set. You're going to lean back. You can be in a sofa. Lean back until your back touches the back of the sofa, and you knock out 30. Look, if you can't do 30, start with 10. But the protocol is 30, 30, 30. Okay, and work the wide range here, here, here. I don't need you in here. I need you from outside hip to shoulder. Bam. Okay, you go 30 there. Then you go upright. 30 here. And then you lean forward and you go 30 there, okay? So it's 30, 30, 30, right? That's your entry-level exercise, your entry-level program. Brett Contreras shares this with you on YouTube, and it's real easy. Now, if you want a little bit harder, okay, this is what you do. Simple, right? Boom. 1 foot. 1 foot. Now, if you're a monster, I can't do this, right? Okay? Then you can distribute it a little bit more. Now, you can get a little bit more. So this double setup is for extremely advanced people. This is the setup that you're going to use when you do isometrics, when you do eccentrics, and those. Okay, but if you're a monster, you weigh 250 pounds, you're 6% body fat, and you're like NFL material, and you want to do your 30, 30, 30s, 20, 20, 20s with your double band, boom, get it done. Okay? A third way that you can try is real simple. You put your hips, your feet through, and you do this. Watch. Okay? Like here. And you can really attenuate it here. Boom. Now, if I want it harder, tighter. If you want to put a towel here or a pad here, that's fine. This is one of those things that I will tell you, if it's just skin, I mean, it doesn't bother me a whole lot, but it'll bother some people. So if you want to do a towel or a little pad, you can do that. We're going to be designing one just for this kind of application. So that's coming up in 2019. All right, so those are your ways. 30, 30, 30. If you're at work, this gets done. Seat back, boom, 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 boom. You're done. You go like this. Back to work. How many of those do you need a day? 3, because you're doing 90 reps. So you're going to be doing 270 reps per day. 5, 6 days a week. I'm telling you right now, your glutes are going to be on fire inside of a month. All right, so that is your office. In between commercials, okay? When you're doing commercials, watching TV, have it right by the sofa. Do that, all right? And you can also do your 30, 30, 30 after any workout just to get this thing going. All right, don't be that guy and don't be that girl. Don't be the guy that's looking at the girl. The reason this is a home program is because girl or guy, you're going to be in positions that are just uncomfortable to be in, especially in public. Yeah, they say, you know, if you're going to do this exercise, choose a quiet area in the gym. go up against the wall, and that's basically all you're doing is hiding your crotch. So the best place to hide your crotch is at home, all right, in the privacy of your own home. So I like the frog pumps and anything that has to do with raising the pelvis, okay, especially on a female, all right, and on a male too, man. It's uncomfortable. I like all that at home. I don't even like it in the gym, you know. It's one thing to have a 300-pound bar there with pants and all that, and an Eric's pad to give you a padding. That's one thing. It doesn't look so awkward. But when you're just humping air, no, we're not doing that. We're doing it at home, okay? All right, so first of all, the frog pumps. The frog pumps are, the first time that Brett showed them to me, I said, Brett, I'm not feeling it. And then I came in here and started working, and we got back with Brett on a couple of things. He gave me some suggestions. I gave him some feedback, and what we found was this. When people bridge, they're used to bridging on stability balls and stuff like that. Do a normal bridge. Big chest, big ribs. There you go. There's your normal bridge. When you bridge, the bridge is dominated through the thoracic spine. All right? That is the first tendency. Cool. So the first thing you want to do on a butterfly or a frog pump is not do that. We want the extension to come from the glute. So what we do is we raise the head, and I actually like, if your neck is strong enough, I like the chin to be tucked into the chest like you're going to do a crunch. So start a crunch. Okay, see what she just did? She flexed her thoracic spine. From here, she can't extend the thoracic spine. Now, do a bridge. Wow, a little bit different, yeah? You see how flat she is here? If she goes down and then arches here, she gets that. So that is the key. That is the secret to the frog pump. Chin in, initiate a crunch, then drive with the hips. All right, now let's get in the position. All right, we used to call this a butterfly position. You got to get your heels as close to your butt as possible. Okay, and your knees as wide as possible. Thus, the uncomfortable position to do in public. Okay, so let's start. She's advanced. If she was a little older and maybe didn't have neck conditioning, we would put her in this position. Okay, but since she is fit, I'm going to put her in. Initiate a crunch. Boom. Now just drive. There you go. See, she won't go that high if she just does hip up and down, up and down, up and down. There's your frog pump. Go. Go, go. Tell me when you start to feel it.
Starting to feel it now.
Okay, she's at around 10. Good. She's conditioned. Katie's a monster. She does these exercises and at 10, when you eliminate the thoracic spine, at about 10, she starts to feel it. What do you think is going to happen when she gets to 20, 30, 40, and 50? All right? Now, like I told you, Brett says that he's got girls that are doing sets of 200s. Crazy stuff. I think if you're doing sets of 50, maybe go to 75. If you become a monster, maybe 100. I think 100 is monstrous. All right? And so we go 3 sets of these. Got it? 3 sets. Right? Working on this position. This is why it's a beautiful home program. What other things are uncomfortable? Driving your hips up. So why don't we do that? So she's going to get into a bent knee, perfect, bent knee position. And all I'm going to do is I am going to go here and put these through her feet. Okay? Boom. Now, we can go all above. We can go above and below. Now, open up your feet a little bit. Good. So we open up the feet just to be there. Okay? Now, after those butterflies, all right, we're going to raise the hips, chin in, raise the hips. Now, go ABA deduction. Go. Sorry. If this is to happen, then you put them down below. Okay, open up. There you go. Go. There it is. Go. Tell me when you start to feel it. Now, she's contracted at her glutes, and now she's ABA deducting. She's already feeling it. Cool. All right, so you go 3 sets of frog pumps, anywhere between 50 and 100. Start at 20. If it's your first day, start at 20. Maybe go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 20, 20, 20. Rest a little bit. 20, 20, 20. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right? Then go 30, 30, 30. 40, 40, 40. 50, 50, 50. Okay? 3 sets. 2 exercises, 3 sets. All right? Then, as a kicker, we're going to go here. All right? And we're going to do single leg bridges. So we go here, and we're going to finish with this one. Ready? Boom. There you go. And that's the key. Anytime you're doing hip extensions from the floor, all right, knee gets tucked in and initiate a crunch. So everything can happen at the glute. How's that? Feel? All right, cool. So there you have it. All right, so we go butterflies, 3 sets. We go laying down, hip thrusted bridge, A deduction, 3 sets. Okay, and we do single leg extensions or hip thrusters, single leg for 3 sets. Okay, on these butterflies, remember, you can start with 20, but we want to get to that 50 to 75. All right, range, and try 100 if you become that proficient at them. The other ones, 20 to 50, and these last ones, I would say 10 to 20. All right, there is your home workout. Okay, easy. All right, so you got you have an office workout that can also be a home workout, or you can do it at the end of any body part workout in the gym, and then you have something in the privacy of your own home for obvious reasons. All right, that you can do. So there's no reason not to do glute training. Simple stuff.